have got a local artist in the studio. Would you be so kind to introduce yourself?
How you guys doing? This is James the Juggernaut.
Oh, listen to that voice.
I was raised in Yakima most of my life, but most of my family's from like the Texas area.
I figured I'd start it off with a couple of questions. Tuna fish or peanut butter and jelly?
Tuna fish.
Chips on your sandwich or not?
No.
On the side?
Yes.
What kind of chips?
The cheddar ones, the Ruffles, or just plain Lay's?
Ice cream sundaes or banana splits?
Banana splits.
The traditional flavors, or do you
No.
like to mix it up?
I like chocolate, strawberry chocolate.
Favorite artist that you would love to work with?
Eminem.
Favorite artist that you have already worked with?
I'll give you the biggest and my favorite. My favorite was Mike Jones, the hospitality and just how he was in the game and the music industry. And I think the biggest one so far that'll be on my album is E40. Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
So, what's the album called?
This will be called Hometown Hustler.
How many albums are we in now?
This will be my second one.
When did you start making music?
I've been making music as James the Juggernaut for about 2 years now. I went by a name prior when I was younger, and then just been writing and always been a music fan since like 12, 13 years old.
So it's like a good release for you.
Yes.
I know that you just dropped like 2 months ago, brand new music video.
Yeah, just dropped the music video of Mike Jones, All Coops, All Foreigns. And that's out right now. It's on Spotify, iTunes, everywhere. You can play on your social medias, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. We've got close to 15,000 views in a couple months. Once it hits 20, because I have a video called YFF with some other local artists as well, and it has over 22,000.
Dang.
So I want it to hit about that 20 range before I do a new one. I'm shooting one this weekend.
Can you tell us what it's called?
It's called Bouncin'.
Bouncin'.
And it's very modern. It's a little more derogatory than my usual work. I feel like with this and the kind of audience we have in Yakima, I'll be able to get more youthful listeners. The kind of beat it is and just the overall. The song that I did that had over 20,000, it sounded like a 90s, 2000s, like, you know, and same with All Coops, All Foreigns. I know it has a lot of views because of Mike Jones, but it still sounds like a 2005, 2006 song. And that's what I'm trying not to do is continue to make music from the past. I'm trying to make more current. I'm 27. I'm still fairly young, but I grew up on like Eminem, 50 Cent, Paul Wall, Mike Jones. Like I grew up on those guys, so they have heavy influence. You want to do something in this industry and not just be local. I have to make music that people actually want to listen to outside of Yakima, outside from knowing me, outside of support your local, if you will.
Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. I will say, check out that video. Give them the name of it again so they can
It's called All Coops, All Foreigns by James the Juggernaut featuring 15 and Mike Jones. Yes, who? Mike Jones.
So did you reach out to him or did he reach out to you?
I reached out to him.
And he was like, James, let's do this.
Well, he's seen the paycheck.
Money talks.
Brought him out to the pastime in Sela, and we had the song a couple months prior. And I was like, you know what, dude? The show went well. Can we shoot the video? So we did the same day. So the day that I brought him, a couple hours prior, we did the video.
Making moves.
Yeah,
so you mentioned Paul Wall.
Yes, Paul Wall.
Grills. I'm like so excited. That was one of my songs from back in the day that was like, oh, I want a grill. Or at least like a little diamond on my tooth. I don't know. So what's that about?
So Paul Wall is coming to the pastime in Sela Saturday, March 5th. It's going to be ages 21 and up. I'll be hosting a lot of locals, a lot of people from out of town though too. So it's not going to be like your regular guys who do shows. We have some people coming from Texas that you've never heard of, and people come from like Seattle, Oregon, a lot of different talent that's going to be coming to perform. And then of course, Paul.
So I'm going to put the information at kffm.com, but if people wanted to go and find it, where would they buy tickets?
So you can buy tickets. You can either go down to the pastime and ask for tickets or on eventbrite.com or message me, James the Juggernaut, on Facebook. We have meet and greet. We have general admission, VIP tickets, which is tables, which includes alcohol, things of that nature. Doors open up at 6, show starts at 7.
It's March 5th. You said you'd be willing to give us some tickets.
Yes, for sure. I will make sure that 107.3 KFFM has all the tickets, all the freebies, all the giveaways.
We're talking about VIP. Do they get to meet him?
I'll tell you what, I will make sure that I drop off a pair of meet and greet. I can promise that.
Oh my gosh.
I can promise that.
Oh my gosh, that is so exciting. Thank you very, very much. You've decided this is what you want to do.
Yes. I've been doing this for a while. I'll be 28 this summer. Realistically, you come a point in music to where it's like, where do you really see yourself? Some people become DJs. Some people become producers. I truly believe that I can be a mogul. I think that I'll be the guy who will have some hit records, right? They're like, oh, wow, James really did it. But then I'll put other people on. And then I'll own radio stations. I'll own, record labels because that's really where I'm at mentally. But my artistry, I love making music. I believe that my artistry will pave the way and give me the opportunities, plus being a promoter, to be able to do these things.
Very cool. So if there's an artist out there that's listening right now and they're like, well, I want to get in on this business. How do they get a hold of you?
Instagram, Facebook. I'm always on social media, even when I shouldn't be at work.
All of us.
And also, I would say that going into this industry, it's a lot of pay out before you even see a return. Like I get paychecks from making music. I haven't even made $100.
You have a side job. I think it's really important to talk about those things.
No, I work. Everybody knows. I don't hide it. I don't tell them where, but I do work in education. I'm currently in college to get a teaching degree. If all else fails, I love kids. I love inspiring youth. I like to work with kids with challenges. Because I feel like I can do my best there. Because I was one of those kids running around Yakima, kicked out of middle school, got my GED, we'll leave it at that. So I can empathize, sympathize. And I understand, like, I was that 14, 15-year-old doing those things.
Been rapping this whole time.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not saying that these other educators or whatever don't understand, but I feel like if you can get somebody who actually lived it and then changed their ways, that's a lot more inspirational, a lot more meaningful, and will actually have a better impact with these kids than somebody who just went and got an education, got a fancy degree, and, oh, this is what you should do. How would you know?
I love that. So you are also starting a company of your own.
So Rich Lifestyle has been around for 3 years as a promotional company. We're legit. What if we brought 50 Cent to Yakima?
Who else are you going to be bringing in soon?
I don't want to say too much, but I will say, so after Paul, March 5th, over at the Pastime in Sela, we do have May 7th, the Latin Bash. And that's going to be massive. Amanda Perez. Hey! We have Kid Frost. We have Conejo. He did a movie with Shia LaBeouf called The Tax Collector.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it's real good. We have Sad Boy Local, Carolyn Rodriguez. We have Dogface. You know who Dogface is? He's a huge TikTok star.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, the
Cranberry juice.
Yeah, Cranberry Juice. Yeah, we're bringing him too. He's hosting.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, so we got all those guys coming. That'll be May 7th. I believe that's a Saturday as well. It'll be all ages. Trying to make it as affordable as we can as well. We want the Valley to show up. And there'll be taco trucks there, Indian tacos.
Oh, yes.
We got friends doing sliders, Mexican candy, the whole 9 yards.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So you're not just making music, you are making moves and you're bringing artists in.
Yes.
You got big plans. Where you see yourself in 7 years?
7 years, hopefully I break through musically. Like I said, I have a couple of hits. Maybe I'll be bigger than I anticipate. Maybe I won't be. But realistically, I see myself doing great in promotions. I see myself with a record label. I see myself with artists making them money. Because there's plenty of artists that I see in the Valley like, hey, you got it.
Right.
I'm making sure that I have it, but you are naturally born to have it.
Yes.
So now I've made all the mistakes trying to be an artist. We could skim through that. Let me put some money behind you and let's do it. You know what I mean?
I love that. I can hear the passion. That's what people need. These young artists need that. They need guidance, and you will fall on your face multiple times. You should have a side job, not as a fallback, but as you got to pay the bills.
No, exactly. And I think that's the biggest misconception too when you make music. Like, how do I pay for this? I do get investors and things like that, and that happens more often than not. Woo. But like Paul, that's my money. Yeah. Me and my friends, it's a couple of guys. It's still a good chunk of change for us to throw together.
Very much.
So we didn't get a big investor. It's just, okay, let's do it together. So, I mean, if we win, we win. If we lose, we lose. And
that's even cooler, though, that you guys did it without that help.
The reality, because, if Paul shows up and then, it doesn't do too well, everybody still got to see Paul. Don't let that discourage anybody, because we're actually not having a hard time selling tickets.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that the reality of it is, money or not, promoting is a money game when you're self-investing for sure.
Right.
But to me, it's like, I see people post pictures like with Mike Jones, or when we brought other artists. Like, that was like one of the best nights of my life. Or, I never thought they'd come to Sela or Yakima.
Right.
That kind of mentality dampers people. Then they think, it's a scam, or it's not going to happen, or things like that. Why would you say that? But it's true, and it hurts because, the Yakima Valley has been stood up. We have had a lot of issues with artists and just entertainers in general. And I get it. It's not always the promoter's fault. It's not always the radio station's fault. Just things happen.
Never the radio station's fault.
We are a small town, so, we're always looked over. But anyways, that's what I pride myself. I've had some cancellations.
You can't control some of that stuff.
Absolutely not.
Especially with what's going on.
Absolutely not.
Out there now.
But. Yeah, for sure. You try to do my best. And I've definitely had more wins than L's. You know what I mean?
I see the passion. I hear the passion. I wish you loads of luck. Anything else that we didn't touch on you really want to make sure that you tell people?
Follow me on Instagram, Facebook. Instagram's James the Juggernaut. TikTok, James the Juggernaut. Facebook, James the Juggernaut 509. Rich Lifestyle Promo is our handle for all the promo stuff. I really appreciate you guys who support us, who go to the shows, who buy the merchandise, who buy the CDs and the shirts and all that, because all that fuels the inspiration, the drive, finances what we're trying to do, and that's bring good, healthy, wholesome, maybe not always wholesome, but, safe entertainment to the Yakima Valley.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for sharing your passion with everybody. And thank you for coming on in here.
Yes, ma'am.
Very cool. I am excited to have you come back.
Thank you.